does this really make sense? Don't we run the risk of cannibalizing ourselves? You know, why are people going to buy the newspaper if they can get, you know, the content online earlier? Let's dial back the clock to, you know, 1960s, 1970s. The Japanese start making these small cars. Detroit says, oh my God, small cars, you can't make money on those things. We're going to let them have the small car market. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to concentrate on the big car market, what we think we do best. Well, we all know how that one ended up. And I said, we can choose to cannibalize ourselves. We can choose to kind of post things earlier, faster, trying to get more enterprise, trying to get people coming to our website throughout the day as opposed to just kind of make it, you know, kind of, they're going to look at it once during the day. But if we do that, then somebody else is going to cannibalize us. So, you know, kind of we have a choice. We can cannibalize ourselves or we can let somebody else cannibalize it. And I think that there's really, you know, no choice when you look at it that way.
I mean, a lot of people ask me how much longer do you think newspapers will exist? I don't have the answer to that. Nobody has the answer to that. The consumer ultimately will determine that. What we want to do is align ourselves with the consumer and the technology companies, which has been highly uncharacteristic of the newspaper industry in the past, so that we can be right there with the consumer. Because if this was a tablet, it's not, but if this was a tablet, this is just another delivery platform for the content that we generate on a daily basis through the Inquirer, the Daily News, and Philly.com. We're somewhat agnostic over time on what platform we decide to publish on. And it's up to us to create a business model to do that. But we're not really focusing on a timetable because the consumer will determine that. But we want to be aligned with the consumer to sort of follow them and the technology companies.
The web enables us to do something else, and that is to reach down deeper and narrower to target some of those audiences that, and some of those readers who we think are, you know, kind of have a particularly strong affinity with the New York Times. You know, kind of, they're our readers, and if we get more of their mind time, if we get more of their reading time, that's going to do two things. One, it's going to bind them more to the New York Times at a time when they have this greater fragmentation of readership across the media world. And two, oh, by the way, it's going to make the New York Times more valuable to advertisers.
Hey, we're publishing content over 7 platforms today. Who would have ever thought that a couple of years ago? And what we're learning is you can't take the same piece of content and publish it the same way across all 7 platforms. Social media is a different phenomenon than mobile, right? The mobile device is a different platform we're realizing than the tablet device. The tablet's different than the newspaper. The newspaper is different than the PC or the laptop. So again, we're going to be very agnostic with respect to which device we prefer or push on the consumer. We're going to respond to the consumer marketplace, and our goal is that we're the #1 content provider in this region and audience developer in the region with all of the platforms.